breathe in. Looking a bit rotund. Right, hello, welcome. Lockdown workshop. Oh God, I've got to get a video out. I am very busy. It's that time of the year. I've got to get all the training plans done for the rest of this year. I'm trying to be a little bit more organised this year, but what it does mean is January is an absolute fucking nightmare. I've got more athletes than I've ever had before, even though I'm supposed to be doing less. But so they don't get a shit service, even though they're getting it for free. I'm desperately trying to plan the whole year ahead, get it in there now. And then I can focus more on the stats and performance rather than that. Anyway, right, enough about TriFit. This is Lockdown Workshop. We've got a pile of goodies. There's some goodies behind there. There's some goodies on here. Basically, this unit lives over there at the side of my desk. And every time anything breaks in the house, it gets, no idea why that's doing there. It gets dumped on the side in here, and by the magic of whatever, Dad, it all gets put back together again. So what have we got? We have got a pair of wildlife camera traps. Makes a change from the night vision goggles. I'm not even sure what's up with them. We have a set of Christmas tree lights that weren't working fully before they went on the Christmas tree. But then the big dog, Bear, kind of got himself stuck in the Christmas tree. Yeah, I don't even know how he did that. It's not like a cat going into a Christmas tree. Bear is, if he stands up, see like these doors, I don't know if you can see that, yeah, you can see the edge of one of the doors there. He can put his paws on top of the door, and probably a higher door than that, and stare through his hands. He's that big. I think what it was, he smelt an Amazon man or a postman coming, and he would try to get into the bay window, and the bay window's full of Christmas trees. Yeah, my wife's got a bit of a Christmas tree fetish. God, we're going off all sorts of directions here. We could talk for hours just on my wife's Christmas tree fetish, but the net result is when he came back out again, he decided to take a different route out and ended up collecting the cable off this. So we've got to try and fix this, which actually I don't even know if I've got any heat shrink down here, so it might be a bit of a bodge with some tape sort of thing, because the heat shrink's all up at the garage, and I really can't be asked to go and fetch it. But there is something a bit more wrong with these. In only half the lights were working anyway. So what I might do is find the bit where it's broken, plug it into the power supply, and yeah, there it is. Plug it into the power supply, and then we'll say, fortunately, they're marked, so I should be able to connect it back up again, so then we can see what the crack is with these. So I think that's probably the easiest one. Then I'll get that out of the way. This has been sat in the bathroom for flipping years. Actually, we might use those in there if they're any good. It's the controller for. It comes with a Braun toothbrush, and it's supposed to tell you. It's got all this fancy telemetry, and it tells you how well you're cleaning your teeth. We've got two of these. Ours works perfect, but then for some reason or other, the toothbrushes ended up getting swapped over, and we've now got this one that doesn't work, and the one that's working is now with Jacob's toothbrush. So I'm not entirely sure what went on with that, but we just need to fix it or chuck it in the bin. And then we've got this that I need to get that off, and it's bonded on, so we need to pop it off to try and fix the LED that's broken. We have got a strip of LEDs to fix those at the back there. I'm going to have another go at fixing the mixer, but we're not going to do that today. And then we've got these as well. So they're for a bike one, because I've got to sort those flipping tyres out. They're getting on my nerves. I've got one bike at the moment that works where the tyres stay up, and I've got 3-4 sets of wheels, all we knackered. So I've got 6 wheels that have all got punches in them, and I've plugged them, I've fixed them, I've glued them, and they stay up for a bit and then they go down again. I think we're just unlucky that where the punches are, they're just on a point where it's very difficult to plug it. So, and maybe the plugs I'm using aren't great. So I'm looking for other solutions. So it's a bit of an experiment. But anyway, waffle. Come on, Mark, shut the fuck up and get on with it. Right, let me go and find the solder station and the power supply, and we will try and get this. Should tell me what we're putting out on here. 30 volts at 0.1 of an amp. Okay, 30 volts. I don't know if my power supply will do that. Be interesting to find out. Right, okay. Beep. Right, back again. The Renegade Master. Really need to get some shrink wrap down here. This has been a bit of a good investment. That's better than that one. We'll, I did like that one. And right, I'm just going to snip these again because I don't think I did one of them I cut it a bit. I nipped the cables a bit. Why am I talking quietly now? There we go. Do we like that? Now here's a question. Do you twist or don't you twist? I like to twist because when you're tinning them, I always end up with a filament of the wire that ends off to one side. But hey ho. Right, which bit's which now then? Oh, fucking hell. Come on, Toller, what you done? However many, 2 seconds and it's in a knot. Christmas tree bloody lights. How have I managed to get something that's not even connected to them in a knot? Right. Let's turn this on. Power supply, where's the switch? Beep. Right, what can we do? Course. Probably say it on the back, won't it? Oh no, that's ampage. Oh, 30 amps. Probably go higher. I bet it does 32. There you go, 32.2 amps. We want 30 amps. I'll bring you around. I might show you what it says in a minute. 30.3, 30.2, 30.1. That'll do. It's near enough. Just in case you don't believe me. 30 amps. I'm just going to turn the ampage down and no idea which is positive and which is negative. Perhaps I ought to plug that in and no, because there won't be any connection through. I think usually the marked cable's plus the positive one, and that one looks like it's marked. So I'm going to make an executive decision. I mean, well, let's face it, what's the worst thing that can happen? Fucking things blow up. And then I chuck them in the bin. So we have a, oops. Stop being bloody awkward. Perhaps I should have tinned them before I, no. Might tin these, also might go and get a set of cables for that. Right. Not entirely sure I've managed to do it, but I've completely managed to muller the soldering iron, so I'm not entirely sure if it's going to work or not. Let me just turn it down. Turn it down to 300. Whether or not it's actually... Oh, it's still getting hot. Yeah, it's a little bit mullered. I think it's took a whack while it was in there. Right, so let's... which one was the marked one? That's the marked one. So we'll have a guess. Woohoo! Alright, I'm not entirely sure what's going off with them then. Maybe it's another set that was broken. So these aren't broken. Oh, wait, we've got one bulb out there. Which may or may not have been eaten by a dog, by the looks of it. We got any more bulbs out? Can't see any other bulbs out, so it looks like it's just one. Yeah, I think what happens with these is if you break more than one, so that's on a different strand. Oh no, it isn't, it is going to that one. That's interesting. I can't see any other bulbs out, so I don't think it's caused a chain reaction. I'm more inclined to think that that's a... because they are LEDs. I don't think it's a broken wire. I think it's more likely it's the LED that's burnt out itself. Anyway, waffle. Yeah, one of the sets is broken halfway through, so it's obviously not this set. So that obviously works. How many amps are we drawing? We are drawing 0.6 of an amp. Right, so that's it. We're drawing 0.06 of an amp, 1.8 watts of power across the whole lot. Interesting. What did this say? It's now wrapped around something else. Come on! Flipping Christmas tree lights. 0.1 amp max, so we're miles off that. Okay. Just put that over there. I bet it's in a knot. I'll turn my back on it. It'll be in a knot. Fucking thing. Right. Let's just turn that off. This is going to be an easy one, isn't it? We're just going to solder these together. Let's get myself a bit of solder. I think it's flux to solder this. Yeah, that's okay. It's absolutely humming it down out there. That's it. Right, that's that half. Let's do this half now. Fucking Christmas tree lights. Need a better soldering station. It's kind of an impulse buy, this one. Right, that wasn't that bothered. I just wanted something for the garage that I could hold wires with. So I more bought it because of the fact it got some little grippy hands. And the fact I could dock it, which is better than the other one I got. Right, so that's the positive, and that's the positive. Should we use the little grippy hands? You get over there, you get over there. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Trouble is, my experience of these is fairly... Right, that's the negative then. So this is the one that we want in this one. Don't be like that. gone all limp. Might have been better off just trying it with one hand and holding it against it. Yeah, we'll go with that. So I've now done it in the wrong one. Right, give me that. Pull funny faces. Beautiful. Best bit of soldering I've done in years, that. Also, we'll get to the other side and then realise that I've actually done it wrong. And I've soldered positive to negative and negative to positive. Nope. Right. Because I haven't got any heat shrink, we're going to be tight and just put a bit of, I think it's low voltage, well it's 30 volts, it's not low, I won't say low voltage, but teeth. Couple of wraps around there just to seal that, and then bring the other one in and go around that one as well. Mental note, order some heat shrink. Right, I think that'll do it. Might just put a bit more on just to stabilise it. That's shit. Come on, Mark, you tosser. A big lumpy bit hanging out the side there with sticky on it. That's better. Keeping on the time. My dinner hour at the moment. Right. The moment of truth. Let's plug it in. Woohoo! Right. Fix done. Wind it up. Just in case you're wondering, we are on a new camera, so we're trying out one of the I bought a GoPro 8. Fuck, I know. Cutting edge. Off of eBay. And bought a few extra bits for it. So we're going to have to do something with that. I think we're going to need some IPA on that, aren't we? I'm not entirely sure what to do with this one at the moment. Let's try and get some of this crap out of there. I'm not even sure if IPA will work on this, but it could do with some vinegar or something to neutralise it. Well, let's just see if we can get it out anyway. Oh, it's actually cleaned up okay. Oh, there we go, there's a big lump of it. Another big lump of it. Actually, that's done a fairly decent job. I've never tried using, let's just stick the bottle right in front of the camera. You fucking idiot. Come on, Mark. Mark. Yeah. Right, okay, that doesn't look so bad. Now then, what we're going to try and do is work out which bits go where. So I think that that's the loop back, that bit there, and that bit's the positive and the negative. So let me turn that on. 1.5 volt, 3 volts. Wanging it down the other way. Three volts, 3.1 volts. Right, so. See if it works or not first before we go any further. Why do you turn it on? Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know if you could see that on the wall. It's the world's worst laser. Right. Yes, that looks like it works. Hopefully that's neutralised. I'm always a bit wary about putting IPA on stuff like this because it will, especially some of the other stuff I've got, it will dissolve it. It is looking like it's dissolving it, so let's get that off now before it... Yeah, perhaps you should have thought about that, Mark, before we sprayed so much of it on. It's okay. It's not like the other stuff we've got. That really does... let me just keep forgetting to turn it off as well. Oh no, there is no off. Oops. Right. Let's try it with a set of batteries this time. I don't know if these are any good. No, I can't be asked to get the... Oh, can I? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm on late dinner. I'm on US time again. So that's positive. Are you sure about that? I'm positive. Be easy if I just put it down there, wouldn't it? Right, I'm getting 1.3 volts. It's hardly... No, it's not. It's doing ohms. Why is it doing ohms? It's trying to charge the flipping thing up. Volts. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. We've got 5 volts on that one. Let's have a look at this one. It might be why that's not working. Five volts on that one as well. Bit rubbish, isn't it? So they're not going to work. We'll just put them in just to prove that they're not going to work. No, they're not going to work. But we know it works, it just needs some batteries in it. So that begs the question, was it just the batteries in the thing? Now I'm pretty sure that we put new batteries in it, but the trouble is my wife also has a fetish for hoarding old batteries. We have literally thousands of old batteries. Something stops working because the batteries are flat. They don't get chucked in the bin. They get put in a box just in case they might work in something else. Sorry, missus. Totally chucked you under the bus today. That one. So we'll add that to the pile of fixed. So that just wants something put in it. Let me clean that up and then we will have a look at... Right, back again. I was going to clean up but I can't be arsed. Let's just have a... What are we on here? So this must be similar kind of thing. Let's have a look. I can't see that they're joined together. Yeah, that's the only... Just trying to make sure to see if they're connected in serial or parallel. I'm not even sure how you get this to... Must have to get a spludgeon in there. I can't see any screws, so I think we're going to have to dig in and pop out kind of thing. So let's do what the sensible thing is first. So that's negative, that's positive. So jam that under there. Not drawing anything at all. Right. Nope. Let's try this side. Looks a bit gammy. Oh, right, it is drawing something. It's drawing 3 amps, which, yeah, we've got some over. Yeah, I think we've got a short. There's a CG light, come on. We're drawing 4 or 5 amps, that's a lot. 3 watts. Yeah, we've got a short. We've got a short, I know we've got a short because it's trying to weld itself onto there. Yeah, they're hot as well. So something has died in here. So it's more than likely it's not going to be savable. Let's just turn that off in case I accidentally... Let's get some spludgeons on this, keeping an eye on the time. Right, let's just move you out of the way for a minute. Let's see if we can get into this. I think we're going to need some fairly persuasive tools to get in here. Well, actually, we might not. This might be a tad easier than... There we go. Straight in. Well, it looks like it was... I thought it might have been glued to the front, but it's not. It's just... Right. Okay, so we're in that bit. How do we get into the next bit? Okay. Oh, we've got some corrosion. Yeah, so it looks like this is... Right, okay, so... First things... Smells a bit as well. So there's a retainer clip there. That's it, we're all out. Ooh, look at that. Right, if we, so they're the live ones, those there. So I don't know if this is battery rot we've got, or whether it's got water in it, somebody's dropped it in the sink. Like I said, this wasn't ours. So let's yeah, I'm not holding much hope for this. I think we might be suffering some corrosion. Yeah, trouble is this brush isn't bristly enough, so I'm having to get at it with the but I think it's it depends. If it's eaten through any of these tracks, then I think we're knackered, but I think what I need is I need a more aggressive. Yeah, no idea what happened there. Looks like it turned off, but I'm using a dodgy battery. At least it's connected. Yeah, so what was I saying? I don't know when you cut off. Yeah, the acid appears, and I think it is battery acid, has come through. And where there's these holes in the circuit board, they go through to the other side. They're called vias. It's gone through, and it's possibly eaten through the vias. It might have even got underneath the circuitry there, and it's eaten something through. So, I mean, the good thing about that is it's all one piece, but it looks like because there's vias, it's taken the positive or the negative from that side and feeding it through to stuff on this side. So if it's eaten away at a via, the chance of me being able to rebuild and fix that and loop wires around it is zero. I don't have the skill, and also I think it's going to take too much to try and find. So I think all I can really do is try and clean this up and try and work out which bits have been eaten and that. What worries me a lot is the fact that this acid is all around there, and these two are, that's definitely the processor. That might be some kind of, I don't know. I'd have to go and look it up. But it's all fairly small circuitry, so I'll be honest, if it's not just cleaning it up and maybe bridging a couple of things, these components are that small, I'm not good enough to do that. So I suspect right, back again. No, that's dead. It's gone to the great graveyard in the sky. I had a bit more of a pokey around after the last call I did, and no, it's non-salvageable. It looks like it's eaten some of the pins on the chip. I haven't got a microscope. I'm not good enough to be able to do that kind of thing, and to be honest, I'm not prepared to spend that kind of money for something like that. If it was maybe a turbo trainer or something, you know, worth a couple £100, but it's not. It was something that came free with a toothbrush for monitoring. Right, what else shall we look at next? Let's have a butcher's at this one. This will be the last one we look at. There's something rattling around it. No, it was the plug, wasn't it, that we thing off. I think I need my heat thing for this to prise it off. I'm gonna have to get a spludging under the edge there if I can and try and prise it off. I don't think we'll get it with that, but again, I've not got much hope for this. I need to warm this up to get the glue to unstick so I can prise it off. but I'll be honest, I'm not holding up great hopes. What we might do though is we might undo these to get that off. What have we got we can do with that? So what we've got, save me faffing about in there. What are they? They look like 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. The posh Allen keys on it. Just get this out of the way, it might make life a bit easier for me. They're a bit crossly. I don't think they're titanium screws, I think they're stainless titanium. I think they're stainless steel screws, but they're cheap stainless steel screws. Right, so all we need is a bit of warmth on this now to get that off, so I'll just go and grab the heat gun. New toy alert. Let's start with about 200. Let's turn it down a bit. Right, it's about 200 degrees. I need a spludger. Let me just shove that in there. That should knock off now and going cool. Let's have a look what we've got for a spludging tool. We've got them. We've got that. Oh, that might not be a bad shout. And then we've probably got some other bits and bobs. One of them. Don't think we're going to get it with one of them. We'll give it a go. I think it's going to have to be metal. I think just because of the... Oops, right. Might have to switch the ends as well. Put a wider end on it. I think best bet's not to heat the glass, it'd be to heat this. Because the heat will stay in that. $200 degrees. Trouble is, it is aluminium, so it will dissipate the heat, but it should hold it. It's just that it is a natural heat sink. So this is just a rework station. It's new. It's a clone copy of an 858D or an 850D. Right, let's see what we can do. Might be we can't do anything. So I've not even really got anything I can get a... We're better at another end than this. There's just nowhere really you can get. We can get in there. Thing is, though, once you get in, it will start to separate. It's not letting me in then. Nope. Well, this one is this any? Oh, this might be a little bit more pointy than the other one. Don't like going into corners. you get a feeling, you just feel that they're going to break. And it's glass. Right, let's get a bit more. Give it a bit more. Might need some dental floss. That's what we use on tyres. Feeling this might be going for the bin as well. Seems to be a bit more of a gap there, so we'll work on that bit. So like I said, if I can get it in a little bit, because the glass will bend a little bit, we can start to move it around. And then you apply the heat and it'll just gradually start to lift off anyway. But you've got to get that initial bit where we work it in and we get it in there. Come on. Oh, I thought we'd got something then. Oh, every now and again it feels like it's just dropping in and then it's not. The trouble is I don't even know where the glue is. The glue could be further in. afraid I'm going to have to admit defeat on this one. I've had everything else in there and it is red hot. I mean, I can barely touch it and it just does not want to let go. I can't get anything in. It's such a good fit. They're really well made, which is why it's disappointing. It's broken. Yeah, that's really annoying. That we just can't get that. We can't get that out at all. I'm not missing anything, am I? There's nothing there. I'm assuming that there's a board in there that screws into that, and there's nothing. You can't even get a fingernail down the back of it. I've tried cutting it with a knife. I've tried spludgeons. They won't go in. There's just nothing will go in. The gap is just absolutely, well, it's not there. I'm really sort of pulling hard on the glass. I mean, I've cut away a bit of the aluminium with the serrated edge on that knife there, and tried to, you know, ram a spludgeon in, sort of wedge it across the cut a little bit, and it's just not having it. So I think we're going to have to admit defeat on this one. It's one of those things. It's like I could stand here for another 3 or 4 hours, and I mean, even the dental frost trick won't work, and you know, I could start getting hammers and trying to knock these in, or bang the back of the blade to try and get it in, and it's more than likely I'm just going to shatter it, and then I've completely wasted my time. So I think we'll have to draw a blank on that one there. So I think I might cut this one there, because I don't actually know what's wrong with the cameras. I've got to talk to my wife about them, so they'll probably be in a separate video, and I'm conscious I've got to get them tyres done on the bike, so that's going to be a separate video. So these are going to be a series of very short videos. So it's a bit of a shit. I was hoping to have something a bit decent to look at. Whoops, sorry, Ricky. Dog's behind me. I've got a megaphone down there that it's not really an electrical fix. It just wants a hinge screwing on. So that's probably not something I'm going to have a look at. And that's probably a non-starter anyway. That's got to go up to the workshop. I've already had one go at it. It's going to get one more go, and then it's going in the bin. But I think the problem is that piece in there is glued. There's a whole video on that. But anyway, that's it. Sorry, it's a bit of a shit one. So it's the way it goes, really. Like and subscribe. This might end up being some bonus footage. I've managed to actually wedge a knife in by hitting it with an unconventional hammer. Chances of getting it sealed up again, fucking zero. That might be silicone actually. We might be all right. If it's silicone, we're okay. We'll just squish some silicone round and Bob's your uncle. It's very robust. Right, come on you. Actually no, that's cooling down. Right then. So let's get this out of the party. So that should have been in there, and then that would have screwed into it, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know why I undid that. There you go, that's that sorted. Right then, we need to inject some power. That's turned off now. That's cooled down, and somewhere around here. Right. Now bearing in mind we don't know what this runs on, it's going to be difficult to inject some power in there. Oh, some nice hefty resistors there. Right, let's do the basics. Let's check the resistors. I don't know what they are. They've got the coloured bands on, and I can't remember what the coloured bands stand for because I haven't got my little thing anymore. 5.2 ohms. 5.2 ohms, they are fairly hefty. There's a fuse there. That's good. Right, there's a capacitor there. 47 nanofarads. 47 nanofarads. There's a resistor there. There's a resistor there. Oh, there's not a resistor there, should I say. Let's check, see what the resistor is. Says 8.3 ohms. Because it says 8 something. 8.2, can't read that. What have I done with me seeing bits? Where have I put them? Oh, they're on the floor. So a quick scanger. It says BR20. BR20. BR false. Not that kind of wind it up. That's Future Mark's problem next Christmas. All done, back in the box. That can go in the loft with the 50 million Christmas trees, the 25 million lights. House clearances, bloody house clearances. Dead old people's Christmas trees. Our loft is fucking full of them. Right. What next? So look at this one. So this is a Nerf gun. Don't ask. What do you want for Christmas? 20-year-old son. I want a Nerf gun. You've got 50 million Nerf guns that you don't play with. I want a Nerf gun. Do you know what? I have a fucking Nerf gun. But then he realises that he wants his sights off his other Nerf gun that he doesn't play with. And last time he played with them was 50 million years ago. And he left the batteries in. So much so that it's rotted. Right, I think I'm going to fetch you over here for this. Oh, this place, spot the fuse that's knackered. There's a couple more capacitors and there's a voltage regulator there. by the looks of it. Oh, so is that? No. Can't see any of these that are knackered. That one might be blown. That one's got a dot in it. Yeah, I think that's possibly it, that one there. It's very much the case. It's usually one of the transistors that has gone. So if we grab the other one, we might be able to. Trouble is, they're all surface mounts, aren't they? So it's finding the getting hold of the solder part of it. Oh, what's that? See, I think that's a bridge rectifier. So the voltage must be coming in here, getting dropped, and then going through a bridge rectifier there, with a couple of capacitors that smooth it out and turn it into voltage. So what we're going to be looking at is something that's going on around here, and that'll be the other end of the array there, but it's very difficult to unless I scratch off some of this too. So it goes in there, around there, up there, down there, up there, around there, down there, around there, into here. And we're not getting anything. We are getting something now, so we're getting some resistance, so there is something across there. I think you have to be on voltage to do diode check. So we're getting 6.1 voltage drop across there. Open circuit. Open circuit. Yeah, so that's a bridge rectifier. 2 capacitors. So just check this one. 10 microfarads. Ah, that's interesting. God, I hate it when it does that. Right. Oh, it's gone for a count again. Could be we're just getting a weird reading for that one because of this. I don't know what that is. It's very difficult to work out where it's dropping it down to unless it tells you in here. No, it doesn't. Can you hear that dog? Right, so I think last time, let's try 12 volts, 10 volts. Let's get you 10 volts. We'll crank the amps right down. Right, now it's anybody's guess which one of these is which. I'm getting some draw, I'm getting 3 watts, 1.7 amps, but we're not getting no light. So let's just flick it round the other way, just in case. Nope, nothing. getting a bit of a short then. No, that's no good. Why is that shorting? It can't be that we're over voltage. Right. So that's taking voltage, but it's not taking enough to fire it up, I think. So we might have to just give it a few more amps. No, still the same. Let's just try it the other way around. Trouble is, it's very difficult to work out what's positive and negative. So what I'm doing is just hitting the bits of the board where I've cleaned off the conformal coating or whatever it's called. No, it's nothing that way around. So I think I've got it right way around. I think it's positive at this end, negative at that end. Which would make sense because that's feeding all the way through this lot. That's obviously doing something for it, but right, 1 watt, 0.1 of an amp. Right, so let's give it a little bit more voltage. It might be we've not got enough voltage. Could do with dropping some wires onto this. Right, that's 1.2 watts, 11 amps, 0.1 amps again. Still not enough to fire it up. It's making me wonder what's up with it. Because we should be able to inject voltage across there, no problem at all. Let's give it a bit more voltage. I think the other one was running on 15. I'm pretty sure it's not going to go this way around because they are a diode. It's annoying they don't, there's nothing on the board that tells you I don't think it's the amount of power we're giving it that's the issue, because it seems to be pretty much pinned regardless of voltage on 11. It'd be easy if I just hit that instead. Yeah, 11 again. I really want to stick any more voltage on. No. I don't know what's wrong with that. I can't really give it that much more beans, and it doesn't seem to be a like I said, it doesn't seem to be a current issue, because I'm giving it as much current as it wants now. There's no overload going on. It's got 20 volts there. And it is churning out 2.2 watts now, but it's still at 0.1 of an amp. It's not. No, it's not playing. I think it's, unfortunately, I think it's dead, Jim, but I have no idea why. I mean, I'm putting voltage from there to there, and I'm running it through an array of LEDs. So unless they're really, really high voltage LEDs, which I can't see they are, Very unusual. Very, 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 very unusual. It's not just getting a shit connection, is it? Let me take it down to something that's more reasonable again. Take it down to 10 volts. Right. Let's try plumbing it in at a different spot. So if so that point there on the circuit board is that, and it goes to there. No, still getting the same reading. Let's just make sure we're not missing something completely. No, there's nothing there, so it's definitely, that's negative. Oh, something was going, did I, oh, I suspect I caught the other. There's a prong sticking out of that, so I suspect I shorted across there. No, I think the whole array of LEDs is, it's not showing any signs of taking anything. Well, it's not going to hurt, we might as well just wang it up to maximum now. It's not going to. No, getting absolutely nothing. So I think they're dead. It's dead as a dodo. I think all the array's gone. I mean, it's just basic. If you cut out just that bit there, which is the bit I'm effectively connecting across, because that's going up to there. So I'm tapping onto there because it feeds down to there, and then this is just a string of LEDs. Now, yeah, it's possible one of these LEDs has gone, and I can't probe because I don't know. Let me try. Let's turn it back down again to something sensible. Right, and let's try and help me out with this one a bit. It'd be nice if we could clip this onto something, but I can't see anything we could clip it onto. But what I can do is I can something a bit more scrapey. What we can do is this. Let's just slide that over there a bit more and give myself a bit more room. So it comes into these first few. No, I'm not getting anything. I'm really not getting anything. Which is weird. I get something there. So you'd expect that I'll get something there, because I get it there. So why am I not getting it? At 9 volts, we've got a very, very, very dim light. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. I think there's a whole load of these that are blown, but they're very high voltage as well. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call this one dead. I can't be asked to fix this for what it's worth. If it's just been a couple of simple, you know, low power LEDs, I'd have swapped them out. But that's That's taking some fairly hefty power. All right, shut up. Let me just turn this off. One thing I'm curious about is what it's got behind here. At some point as well, it must be feeding out to the thing, so that bit must run on. Yeah, that bit must run and then feed back and into there. So, go on, Bennett. They don't want to come out either. So I think it is dead. I should have just chucked it in the bin in the first place, but it was marginally interesting. There we go. I'm not even going to keep it for parts, to be honest. Too much bloody clutter. Might keep them though. Do like them. Right, so we are definitely done with that one now. I'll probably trim down a whole load of that. There's some interesting bits in there, but yeah, that's a very strange one. I mean, normally you don't get... They would not light up at anything sort of less than... You didn't see it on there. I'd got a lot of amps and I'd got 24 volts and I could only get 4 to light up and it wouldn't go any further. Now, somebody will probably explain to me that they're in parallel or because of the way they are, that the voltage doesn't increase, it's the ampage because it's a diode, which is probably quite right. So there's not going to be a drop. There is a drop across them. I know there's a drop across them because I've seen that they say low drop, but I think there's probably more than one of these that's blown. And I suspect the power supplies has gone as well, the way it was flashing on and then coming off. So I think one of the capacitors gone. So yeah, another one for the bin. It was worth a fiddle anyway. Right. What can I say? Carnage, but at least it's some more stuff off. We'll have a look at them later. Promise, tyres. Next video, tyres. I have got, as I said, I've got, whoops, nearly dropped it on the floor. I've got 3 sets of wheels. 2 of the sets, 2 pairs of wheels I've got to sort out fairly quickly. One of them's on the ProPal, and it'll come round to, potentially we're only 8-9 weeks away from when I could be riding that again. Possibly a bit longer if I take it to Bamber, because it will be okay at Bamber. What am I going to say with that? Yeah. The set of tyres on that's got a slow puncture on the back. The front tyre's okay, but I've got a set of Frondo. Can't remember. They're the faster ones anyway. The tyres that would have come on it, I've got a set of them to put on it. And I'm going to have a go at patching because they're the thinner of them. And it doesn't really matter because they're 25s and I'm not going to use 25s. I'm putting 28s on. So I've got something to test to have a go at patching them. A couple of methods. And then I've got the 2 28s on the summer tiles for the Defy. Again, it's going to be coming around to summer again soon. I'm going to need them sooner rather than later. Both sets of wheels have got a slow puncture in. One's got a big puncture in, but it's been plugged. But I don't trust it as far as I can throw it. I've had a few issues with it. So again, I'm going to have a go at patching those tyres because potentially they could end up as spares for the ProPal. And I've got a set of Gravia, I think, to go on there. I've got Frondas for one and Gravias for the other. So let's have a look. Frondos are the 28s. And what else have I got? I have got some Gavia, yeah. Gavia Frondo ones. Oh, they are Gavia Frondo ones. And I have got some Gavia Corsa ones. There you go. So I think the Corsas, yeah, the Corse ones are the faster ones because they've got less tread on them. Corsa ones, yeah, and then the Frondos are the more longer distance, softer tyres, which will be going on the Defy. They're both 28s, and then I run 32s in the winter, the tractor tyres, which are on the wider carbon tyres that came off the dead bike behind me. Anyway, right, there we go. Waffle done. Waffle. I've been watching that Jim's Superbike surgery thing. I used to think I had a really shit style, but actually his style is very similar to mine. He's just way better at it than I am, let's be honest. But when you're working with superbikes every day, you can afford to, you're going to be a lot better. It's his full-time job as well, so this isn't. This is something I squeeze in between. But anyway, right. Waffle, right, let's go. Like and subscribe.